I have a conspiracy theory for you. An interesting, idea. I'm not putting too much stock into it, but I want to put it out there. And I've looked online to see if anyone's talked about this, and I haven't seen it. So I want to put it out there. It was interesting enough. And this conspiracy theory revolves around a first-person shooter game. I'm sure that a lot of weird things are put in games now that are pretty obvious, but this predates a lot of it and predates a lot of the conspiracy theories they put out there that seems to be in line with what they're saying. Okay, so I know that today, like millennials love, was it Call of Duty? That's the big first-person shooter. And Halo was a big deal before that. But this game predates Halo, and it's and right after GoldenEye. If hopefully y'all remember that one. GoldenEye launched the first-person shooter to the stratosphere. It may not have been the first-person shooter, but it changed the game. And it was so successful that they made a spin-off game that was more advanced with a different character. And this game was called Perfect Dark. And it came out in 1999. The protagonist of this game was named Joanna Dark. And she supposedly was the greatest spy coming out of this academy of kind of like a Interpol or MI6 type of operation. This game goes through a lot of different antagonists, and the game starts out as the main antagonist is somebody named Cassandra DeVries. Cassandra DeVries was a blonde-headed woman who wore a blue pantsuit, and she was trying to pretty much, kind of become president. That was interesting. She was very Hillary Clinton-esque. In this game, the president was a black man. And in one of the missions, they are making a clone, and you have to eliminate this clone because they're going to assassinate the president and put the clone in his place. And this is in this game. Not only that, the game gets more weird as, there's one mission where she, infiltrates Area 51, finds a conspiracy document and comes to find this grand conspiracy of an alien species trying to take us over called the Sketer. And the Sketer are reptilian shapeshifter creatures with Baphomet-shaped heads. This is true. Play the game. Check it out. And they are literally reptilian shapeshifters because before you get to know about the Sketer, there's one of them masquerading around as a character they call Mr. Blonde, who is a blonde guy in a long white trench coat. And then they come to find that he is a Sketer. And we are befriended by the Greys and a companion that eventually accompanies Joanna on some of these missions is an alien named Elvis. And he's a little gray. And I'm just kind of putting all that out there. That's pretty much what I have on the subject. But it is interesting because we have reptilian shapeshifters with Baphomet-shaped heads. We have a Hillary Clinton-looking type of antagonist. A president that's black. And by the way, now he's not a spot on the game, looks like Barack Obama or anything, but, a fit black president with a, lighter complexion. He did kind of have a goatee thing going, I believe, but physically, not too far off from it, and physically not too far off on the Cassandra DeVries looking like Hillary Clinton either. I don't know what any of that means. And, I could chalk all that up to coincidence, but that kind of goes against the way I think because I don't believe in coincidence. But I guess coincidences can occur. What do you think? Post it if you want to. Who gives a fuck anyway? But yeah, conspiracy theory on a first-person shooter game made in 1999. Go figure.